So, right now, a reminder that this game is starting late. Actually, it'll start about 2:17 because it is the backup game of the week. And Sandy Koufax is here along with Jim Simpson. Will be handling the NBC microphone. We have the starting lineup for you now. It'll be Tommy Harper leading off and playing third base for the Brewers. Mike Hegan, the son of our Yankee coach Jim Hegan, will be at first base batting second. Johnny Briggs in left field hitting third. Batting cleanup and playing center field, Dave May, and that's the young man that spoiled Steve Klein's shutout last night with 2 out in the ninth inning. He parked one in the bleachers in right center field. Bill Voss will be the right fielder, batting fifth. At second base, hitting sixth, Ted Kubiak. Ellie Rodriguez will be catching, batting seventh. Rick Auerbach, the shortstop, hitting eighth, and Lou Krause will be pitching and batting ninth. For the Yankees, Horace Clark leads off at second base. Jake Gibbs will be doing the catching today, batting second. Thurman Munson away on reserve duty. Roy White in left field hitting third. In the cleanup spot in center field, Bobby Mercer wielding a hot bat. Danny Cater at first base batting fifth. The right fielder batting sixth, Jimmy Lytle. And this will be Jimmy's first appearance in a ball game since he had his appendectomy while he was down in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Jerry Kenney will be at third base batting seventh. The shortstop hitting eighth, Gene Michael. And pitching and batting ninth will be Stan Bonson. We get a change now in the Brewer lineup. And we move Bill Voss up. No? Oh, Briggs goes under Bill Voss. So, then Dave May will be batting third. Bill Voss batting cleanup. And then John Briggs will be batting fifth. Followed by Ted Kubiak, Ellie Rodriguez, Rick Auerbach, and Lou Krause. And we'll give you those changes as we go along. The umpires have already exchanged lineup cards with the managers, Dave Bristol of the Brewers and Ralph Houck of the Yankees. And a reminder that this program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. So it's a beautiful day, and I want to tell you something. The weathermen have had their hands full. They have not been right in a long, long time. And we're thankful that they haven't been, because today is a beautiful day. And if any of the weathermen are picking the winner in the Kentucky Derby, don't go along with them. That's for sure. Waiting for the Yankees, and there they go, led by Gene Michael. The Yankees hustling out on the field. And the coaches for Milwaukee, Cal Irmer at third base, and Roy McMillan at first base. And now Bob Shepard making the announcement, asking everyone to please rise here at Yankee Stadium. And we will be joining Robert Merrill in the singing of our national anthem. with the playing of our national anthem. Stan Bonson about ready to go out on the mound. Bonson this year has won 1 and lost 2, but has never lost to the Brewers. He's 5-0. We told you there's a change in the Milwaukee lineup. Dave May is batting third. And Bill Voss will bat cleanup. And then Johnny Briggs will be batting in the 5th spot. The rest of the lineup remains the same. All right, Stan Bonson, as we told you, has never lost to the Brewers. He's 5-0. Beat them twice last year and 3 times in '69 when they were the Pilots in Seattle. And Bonson got off to a great start, has had little rough sledding in his last 2 outings. His earned run average has ballooned up to 6.55. This is his 6th game. He relieved in 1 game. This is the 5th game that he started. He's had 1 complete game. Stan has allowed 4 home runs. That's the most home runs given up by any Yankee pitcher so far this year. One note here in the Yankee notes, Red Ralph Field will be dedicated at Dartmouth today. There'll be a plaque to the late great Yankee third baseman, longtime Dartmouth athletic director, and a special message from Michael Burke will be read at the ceremony. And that has special meaning for me because when I first joined the Yankees in 1941, Red Ralph was the third baseman. And a finer gentleman I never met. Red later went on to manage the Detroit Tigers and almost won a pennant. All right, Tommy Harper steps in to lead off. Harper hitting 194, 2 doubles, 4 runs batted in. And Bonson ready. The first pitch of the ball game. It's a curve way high and inside, ball 1. Over the head of Harper. Had to be one-handed by Jake Gibbs. Sun shining brightly here, and the wind lazily blowing towards right field. Bonson's next pitch, fastball swing and a miss, 1-1. Harper, a right-hand batter. He's 5'10.5", but only weighs 168. Bonson's 1-1 delivery is popped up, might be playable. Gibbs is coming back. He's got room in front of the stands, makes the catch. Jake hung with that one real well, and as we told you, the wind is blowing towards right field. It kept the ball in play, but still Jake had gotten to the warning track, had to kind of feel his way so that he didn't get too close to the railing. 1 out. Jake has real sure hands. If he can get to any foul ball or fair ball in the air, he'll catch it. And now Mike Keegan. Mike hitting 274, has a double, a triple, 2 homers, and 5 runs batted in. Mike solidly built. Takes the pitch outside, ball 1. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. Curve outside, ball 2, 2-0. Mike Keegan, who signed his first pro contract with the New York Yankees, was signed by Bill Skiff. Also played Little League and American Legion ball. The 2-0 delivery, swing and a miss. Boy, he's got a beautiful cut. He didn't get to play too much with the Yankees. He was with the Yankees in '64 for 5 games. In '66 for 13 games. In '67 he appeared in 68 games. And that was his last year with the Yankees. Fastball foul back and out of play. Into the lower deck, and the youngster who brought his glove had it on and then dropped it. Oh, a tough break for that young man. But he'll get more chances, I'm sure. Ball game just underway. As we told you, it started 17 minutes late. This is the backup game on the game of the week for NBC. The 2-2 delivery. Fastball hit in the air to left field. Roy White is right there. And White makes the catch for a 2 away. was kind of a soft line drive, not hit right on the nose towards the end of the bat. That'll bring up Dave May. May hitting .267, 4 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and that's the one he got last night with 2 out in the 9th inning. And he has 7 runs batted in. May, a left-hand batter. 2 out, nobody on, no score. Bonson's changeup is over the inside corner, strike call. On deck, Bill Voss. Pitch a little low, 1-1. Bonson into the windup. Curve is in there, beautiful curve, and you could see May purse his lips and whistle after the ball came down right around belt high. Good breaking pitch by Bonson. They swing around towards right on Dave May. He showed he had the power last night. Fastball low and inside, 2-2. Nobody on base there in the top of the first inning. Bonson to the belt, the short windup. Curve, bounce slowly to third. Kenny comes in, big hop. Fires in time. He threw a sinker to Danny Cater, but Danny stayed with it. So it's 3 up, 3 down, and the score at the end of 1/2 inning, the Brewers nothing, and the Yankees coming to bat.
Hi, this is Johnny Carson. All across this land, people of goodwill are looking for a meaningful way to extend the hand of friendship to people living in ghetto areas of America.
When you think of moving, think of U-Haul. Why U-Haul? Well, most importantly, with U-Haul, you save 50 to 75% on your moving costs. There are no storage fees to worry about. Your furniture arrives at your new home along with you, and you know that everything is in perfect condition because you've taken care of it. And what's more, U-Haul offers free road service, and your possessions are protected by $2,500 cargo insurance. Choose the U-Haul carrier to fit your own special needs, all the way from a car-top carrier to a 24-foot truck able to accommodate 8 rooms of furniture. Packing cartons, hand trucks, and furniture pads are also available. Move the safe, easy, economical way. Go U-Haul, serving mobile America for over 25 years. See Murray's Service Station, 170 Church Street, Route 67 North, Amsterdam. Bellevue Motors Incorporated, 1902 Broadway, Schenectady. Porter's Esso, Altamont Boulevard and Helderberg Ave, Altamont. Or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Probably Mr. Krause said to his son, "How much do you want, Lou?" And Lou says, "Oh, about $125,000. And his father says, "That sounds fair to me. Okay." So it wasn't a bad deal. But Lou has had his troubles against the Yankees since he's been in the big leagues. He's won 4 and lost 10. Lifetime, he's won 55 and lost 75. This year, Krause has won none and lost 2. Matter of fact, the last time he beat the Yankees was in 1968. And John Drebinger has made his first appearance of the year here at Yankee Stadium. One of the outstanding writers for the New York Times for many, many years, and then worked for the New York Yankees for quite a few years. Now he has retired. And John Drebinger, you would never believe it to look at him, is an octogenarian, which means he's over 80 years old. The pitch to Horace Clarke is low ball 1. He and Jim Farley, another great Yankee fan, have had many chats together. Tommy Harper is on the edge of the infield grass. Horace Clarke stroking that ball at a 273 clip, 5 doubles, 7 runs batted in, 2 stolen bases. The pitch to Horace on the inside corner, strike call. But what's even more important is this year Horace getting base on balls. He leads the Yankees in that department with 14. Usually Horace will go through a whole year and get only 14 walks. The 1-1 pitch is fouled down the left field line, and nobody will be able to get this one. It goes into the seats in the first row, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year, Horace had 35 walks all year. In 69, he had the most, 53. Then in 68, he had only 23. 42 in 67, 27 in 66. So as you can see, Horace likes to go up there swinging that bat from the time he leaves the dugout. But this year, it is different. Takes the curve in there, and that time he was caught looking at a beautiful curve by Lou Krause. And Horace is struck out, one away. That'll bring up Jake Gibbs. Jake batting just 136. He's been up only 22 times, 3 hits, a double, a homer, and 4 runs batted in. For Horace, that was only the 3rd time he has struck out this year. Gibbs takes a fastball high, ball 1. As we told you, Thurman Munson doing his reserve duty for the military. He'll be gone 2 weeks with a chance to play maybe once or twice during that span. The 1-0 pitch bounced, foul outside of first. I tell you, those first base umpires better look out for Mike Hegan. He knocked George Maloney down last night going for a ball. That was fair. It bounced off his glove, but he tumbled and rolled into the first base umpire. Today, the first base umpire is Hank Soar, so Hegan will have a little trouble moving Hank, who is quite a football player with the New York Football Giants. At second is John Stevens. At third, Merle Anthony. Behind the plate, George Maloney. The 1-1 pitch hit down the left field line. Briggs, moving over, is under it in fair territory, makes the catch on the warning track. There are 2 out, and a reminder, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
All right, Roy White, the batter, takes a pitch high and outside. By the way, while Mike Hegan was at Holy Cross, he led it in 4 sports. Curve is high, ball 2, baseball, football, basketball, and track. He was also the freshman athlete of the year at Holy Cross in 1961. So that might be a pretty good tussle down there at that, if Hegan and Soar happen to collide. 2 out, no score, bottom of the first, 2-0 on White. On the inside corner, good pitch by Krause, off-speed pitch, 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Bobby Mercer. The right-hander delivers, and it's line to right center field. That's in for a base hit, extra bases. Rolling to the wall, White's around first. He's going in at second. He's going to go to third as May has trouble picking it up, and White is in at third base. He lost his hat as he was rounding second, and it'll be a triple all the way for Roy White. And for Roy, that's his first triple of the year. White was up there batting .309. That'll put him up around .315. And he was really legging it all the way. He was going to try for the triple, whether May picked the ball up cleanly or not. It was in the alley in right center, roll to the auxiliary scoreboard. And the Yankees have a runner at third with 2 out and Bobby Mercer the batter. And Bobby is red hot, hitting .377. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, and 12 runs batted in. The pitch by Krause. He tries to bunt and fouls it back, and boy, he had the right side of that infield deep. He'd have had himself a base hit and an RBI if he had bunted that ball fair. Good heads-up play by Mercer. And that's an important thing for you youngsters to remember, the element of surprise. Good play. 1 strike on Bobby Mercer. Harper's in at third. The rest of the infield still back. On deck, Danny Cater. All right, Krause with that short windup. Delivers it. It's popped up, but I believe it'll go back into the seats. Harper's chasing it, and he can't reach it. Goes back about 2 rows with Harper draped over the railing. 0-2 on Bobby Mercer. Fresh supply of baseballs brought up. No scores to report on as yet. All right, Roy White at third, 2 out, 2 strikes on Mercer. No score, bottom of the first. The Yankees and the Brewers from Yankee Stadium. Krause checks White, then kicks, delivers. A bouncing ball hits it short. Auerbach up with it. Fires to first just in time. And boy, Elston Howard trying to give it the safe call there. Mercer really hustling down that line. Ball was not hit softly either. Bobby really running. For the Yankees, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. And now at the end of one full inning, it's Milwaukee nothing and the Brewers nothing.
Question. Is a good motor oil one that stays nice and clean or one that gets good and dirty? Answer, good and dirty wins. Sound crazy? Well, think about this. Your engine may be tough, but it can't fight off soot and acid deposits. Deposits that can actually corrode solid steel and seal up passages. Now, that's why your engine needs a motor oil that does more than just lubricate and keep your car's engine from running hot. Your engine needs a motor oil that can collect and hold the deposits as they form. Arco Supreme Motor Oil does such a good job collecting soot and acids, it gets dirty. Good and dirty. The dirt in Arco Supreme Motor Oil is a sign that it's working hard to help stop deposit buildup. So the next time your motor oil needs changing, ask your Arco dealer for Arco Supreme Motor Oil. Arco Supreme Motor Oil. The dirtier it gets, the better it's working.
Definitely surprised you'd have had a base hit and a run. Hey, you got to think of those things. All right, Bill Voss will lead it off for Milwaukee here in the top of the second. Voss batting .217, has 1 homer, 3 runs batted in. A lot of people think baseball is just a mechanical game. You go up there and you either get a base hit or strike out or get a walk. But Bobby Mercer showed you just there with 2 out, the element of surprise. He was going to try and drag a bunt to get Roy White home with 2 out, and he would have succeeded had he bunted it fairly. And of course, you got to contend with the pitcher out there throwing that smoke. There's a strike to Bill Voss. When you kids come to the ball game, you watch what different players do and how differently they play their positions. They don't play the same place for every hitter. That's for sure. Voss, the left-hand batter, fouls it back on the screen and out of play. 0-2. Kids can also watch the pitches out on the mound. They don't all pitch from the same spot on the rubber. They like to move around. Some pitch from the middle, some from the corners. Bonson kicks, delivers, hit down the left field line. It's curving foul, though. And what a stroke Bill Voss had there. He just swung so nice and easy and served it out there. And it just goes to show you don't have to swing from the heels to hit the ball hard or far. It's timing that counts. You need that ball out in front and get the good one out and break those wrists, it'll go. He hits this one high in the air to right center. Under it is Jimmy Lytle. Jimmy is there and makes the catch, and that's the exact spot that Mickey Mantle in the 1951 World Series got his leg caught in a drain out there and had the first of his many operations. The only thing is that Jimmy Lytle did not have to run fast or hard after that the way Mickey did. The last game that Jimmy Lytle played, by the way, was on April the 9th. And it was just 3 weeks ago tonight that Jimmy was operated on for his appendectomy. 1 out, and the first ball hit, that's going to be a ground rule double or better down the left field line. Bounces off the wall, and Briggs is cruising into second with a stand-up double. So, they're trying to go to left field with Stan Bonson, and Briggs succeeded. He went with the outside curveball. White did not have a chance. 1 short hop against the barrier in left field. And that's the first hit of the ball game for the Brewers. Bonson had retired the first 4 Milwaukee hitters. It brings up Ted Kubiak, the second baseman. Briggs was up there batting .142. That was his first extra base hit of the year. He had only been about 22 times. Kubiak, a left-hand batter, takes a pitch high, ball 1. Ted is batting .288. He has a double, 2 triples, and 4 runs batted in. On deck, Ellie Rodriguez. 2 men are out. Check that. 1 man out. And Briggs at second. The curve in the dirt, blocked nicely by Jake Gibbs. He kept the ball right out in front of him and kept an eye on Briggs. Bobby Mercer playing a shallow center field. Bobby has really turned into one of the fine center fielders in baseball. Took him quite a while to adjust from moving from the infield to the outfield. Remember when Bobby first started playing center field, many times he'd go back and have to come charging in or come in and go charging back. That curve misses outside 3-0. But now Mercer, with the help of Mickey Mantle. Mantle has helped Mercer in the outfield. He's helped Johnny Ellis with his hitting. Ready for the 3-0 pitch, and it's inside, ball 4 on 4 pitches. Kubiak gets a walk, which is not too bad a play because first base is open. Kubiak, a left-hand batter. It brings up Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher, who's a right-hand batter. And not too fast a foot. The Yankees with a good chance for a double play. Kubiak also had 2 base hits and 3 official times last night, and he has always hit Yankee pitching very well. So let's see if the strategy pays off, and that's another thing that's involved in a game of baseball, strategy. The wheels are spinning. The pitch to Rodriguez, a curve high, ball 1. Ellie batting .281, 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in. Kubiak at first, Briggs at second. Bonson comes to the belt. There go the runners. The ball is hit on the ground. And Michael over to Clark. 1, throw to first. Double play and a beauty. Holy cow, with the runners going. I want to tell you, Gene Michael fed Clark beautifully. Horace came across the bag like I've never seen him come across as Kubiak tried to knock him down. A perfect throw to Cater, and the strategy paid off. So Ralph Houck is 1 up on Dave Bristol. For the Brewers, no runs, a hit. No errors, a man left. And at the end of an inning and a half, it's Milwaukee nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Here's the bright young sound of Ken Steller. He's singing about the bright, rewarding taste of Schaefer beer. One bit and a half when you're having more than one. Schaefer, brilliant. Doesn't taste even when your thirst is done. Wanting the flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the 1 beer to have when you're having more than one. For people who are having fun. Yeah, Schaefer. Is there 1 beer to have when you're having more than one?
I was talking about both managers using strategy that time. Dave Bristol and having his runners go on the pitch to try and break up the double play. And Ralph Houck having not a definite intentional walk given to Kubiak, but practically the same thing to try for the double play, and the Yankees pulled the double play off. Now Danny Cater leads it off for the Yankees. Danny hitting .244, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. The pitch to Cater is low in the dirt, ball 1. You know, I happened to mention the other day in a kidding way that Danny Cater had brought all his clothes into the Yankee clubhouse and had them hanging in his locker. And I said on the air that it looked like Danny was opening a clothing store. The pitch is hit high in the air to right field. Going back is Bill Voss on the warning track, makes the catch in front of the barrier, right alongside the 344-foot sign. Well, some neighbor inadvertently tuned in on just the last part of my story on Cater and thought I said that Danny was definitely opening a clothing store and quitting baseball. And the news spread, and suddenly the whole town where Danny lives in Pennsylvania thought Danny had quit, but he has not. It was just a little joke that backfired. And now, Jimmy Lytle. First time up, bounces one over the pitcher's head to his right. Kubiak up with the throws to first. Lytle is out of there. And they are 2 away on 3 pitches. Jimmy was up there batting .286. He had been at bat 7 times with 2 hits, and now Jerry Kenney will be the batter. Jerry batting .235, 8 for 34. No extra base hits, 1 run batted in. 2 out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the second. The Phillies and the Cubs are tied 1-1 at the end of 1. That's the only score right now. But we'll have a lot of action we'll bring you later on. Pitch to Jerry, strike one call. One ball, one strike on Jerry Kenny. The one run that the Cubs scored in the bottom of the first was a homer by Billy Williams. What a ball player he is. Off-speed pitch low, 2-1. Year in, year out, Billy Williams is up there with the leaders in batting. RBIs, base hits. On deck, Gene Michael. Krause gets the sign. Harper way in at third. The pitch to Jerry. He takes it low. Ball 3-1. What a beautiful day this has turned out to be. Still plenty of time for some of you fans cruising around in your car, listening to get out here. 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4, and Kenny's on. The first walk given up. And the batter will be Gene Michael. Each pitcher has now walked a man. Michael batting .280, 3 doubles, 9 runs batted in. 2 out and Kenny at first. Jerry has 1 stolen base. Mike Egan moves over to hold the bag against Jerry Kenny. Harper is still way in at third and now over towards shortstop. The pitch to Gene, outside ball 1. And I'm sure Gene would love one out there to drill it between Harper and the bag. He's got a lot of room. Two men are out. Kenny leads away. The stretch. Throw to first base. Kenny is back. This could be a spot where Jenny might try and steal, and there he goes, and the ball is down the middle. The throw to second is not in time, and goes through to center field, but the shortstop Auerbach was kind of sitting on Jerry, and Jerry couldn't get up, so it's a stolen base. I had just started to mention this would be a good time for Jerry to steal, because if he were thrown out, then Michael would lead off the inning. If he were not thrown out, they'll walk Gene Michael to get at the pitcher, and in that way, you would have your leadoff man leading off the next inning for the Yankees. And now they're going to put Michael on, walk him intentionally. And I'll tell you one thing, Bonson is not an automatic out. He has had 2 hits this year. One of those 2 hits a triple and a run batted in. He's batting .250. So again, Ralph Houk's strategy has paid off. Not 100% as yet, but 75%. We'll see what Stan Bonson can do to improve on that record. Jerry Kenny picked up his 2nd stolen base of the year. All right, Michael at first, Kenny at second. Good speed on the bases. Bonson the batter. 2 out, no score. Pitch to Stan is a curve right in there. Strike 1 call. Krause looks in for the sign. He stretches. Curve bounce foul to the left of the plate. Strike 2. 2 straight curveballs now to Stan Bonson. Krause gets the new ball, rubs it up, kicks around at the dirt on the pitching mound. Now gets on the rubber to get the sign. Keeps the ball in his glove. Comes right to the belt. Kicks. Fastball, little high. Rodriguez bluffs the throw to first. Ellie likes to throw. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looked like Stan was looking for the curve again, but the fastball was a little bit high. Dangerous to look for a curve with 2 strikes on you. Here's the stretch. Checks the runner at second. The pitch is bounced back to the pitcher. Krause has it. Flips to first in time. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left. And at the end of 2 full innings, Milwaukee, nothing, and the Yankees, nothing.
Of course, U-Haul has been doing a great job helping people move now for over 25 years. They offer over 50 different combinations of trucks and trailers to get people and possessions moved from one home to another, inexpensively and conveniently, with free road service, $2,500 cargo insurance, and one-way rentals. But did you realize that U-Haul trailers and trucks can simplify all kinds of moving chores? Like hauling gardening materials, lumber for a do-it-yourself project, or wood for the fireplace. No matter what your hauling needs, think first of U-Haul trucks, trailers, Econoline vans, and car-top carriers. With over 14,000 locations all across America, U-Haul is sure to have what you need when you need it. U-Haul, serving mobile America for over 25 years.
See Seipels Golf, 640 Pauling Avenue, Troy, O'Brien's Atlantic, 112 Broad Street, Waterford, McCabe Shell Service, 670 Hoosick Road, Troy, or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Score end of one, McNally against Bunker. Cleveland at Oakland, Detroit at California, Chicago at Washington. Night games or later starts. Red Sox 3, Twins 2 at the end of an inning and a half. Perry against Peters. Louis Aparicio and Reggie Smith each homered in the first inning, their third of the year for the Red Sox. The Mets will be at Houston tonight. Philadelphia won, the Cubs one end of an inning and a half. Wise against Jenkins. Billy Williams got his second of the year in the first inning. Pittsburgh won, and San Diego nothing at the end of an inning and a half. Kirby against Moose. Vic Davalillo got his first of the year in the first inning. 3 night games, San Francisco at Cincinnati, Montreal at St. Louis, and Los Angeles at Atlanta. Here, there is no score in the top of the third, and it'll be Rick Auerbach leading off. First time we saw this young boy was last night. He just turned 21 on February 15th of this year from Glendale, California, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. He has a very unique batting stance and uses that short, choppy stroke. Played Little League, Colt, and Pony League baseball. And he's nicknamed the Reindeer because of his speed and the way he runs. He lifts those legs high and can really motor. A right-hand batter. Crouches at the plate. Kind of faces the pitcher. Bonson's pitch. He bluffs the bunt, takes the strike on the outside corner. On deck, Lou Krause. Auerbach right now is batting 192, 5 for 26, no extra base hits, 1 RBI. Bonson's pitch is popped up, and Gibbs is under it, just in back of home. Jake has it, there's one away. It would appear to me that Auerbach would have trouble hitting real fastball pitches. The way he holds that bat, it'd be tough for him to get around. Here's Lou Krause. Krause has been about 6 times without a base hit. And on deck, Tommy Harper. Stan Bonson turns around, looks at his defense. Krause steps out. Now he's back in again. Bonson goes to the rosin bag. His first pitch to Krause is a curve in there, strike called, and Bonson has really got a beautiful curve today. The 1 strike pitch, low and away, 1-1. All the Milwaukee players are up on the steps of the dugout. A lot of the Yankee players alongside Ralph House. There's a high pop near the mound. Gibbs is going out. Kenny's calling for it, and Jerry makes the catch halfway between the pitcher's box and home plate in fair territory. 2 men are out. So, unlike Steve Klein, Bonson has the Brewers hitting the ball in the air. Last year, Steve, I believe, had 16 ground balls hit off. Of the 27 out, 16 were on the ground, 1 strikeout. Two men are out. Tommy Harper fouled to the catcher. Hits his bat as he tries to check his swing. I believe it hit his bat. Strike 1 is put up on the scoreboard. And they keep the ball in play. Stan gets the sign from Gibbs. Fastball low and inside this time, 1-1. Bonson's ball really moving today. On deck, Mike Hegan. No score in the top of the third. Each team with 1 base hit. The 1-1 pitch. Low, ball 2-1. On the scoreboard, Schaefer and the Yankees are welcoming a gentleman from the Puerto Rican governor, assistant to the Puerto Rican governor. We're going to have Dulio Constabile pronounce that name. Dulio, how do you pronounce his name?
Santiago Soler Pavale.
Just the way I just said it. Thank you, Dulio. Gets our welcome along with the Yankees. Julio Constabile is one of our real fine cameramen on Channel 11 WPIX. Hits the Harper inside. Ball 4 on 4 pitches. Harper gets a walk. And now, Tommy Harper, who is quite a base stealer. He only has 2 this year, but that's because he hasn't been getting on too much. Mike Hegan looks down at Cal Irma coaching at third. And I figure that Harper, on one of these pitches, is going to try and steal second. 2 men are out. There's no score. He gets a quick jump. He's not a fellow that takes an extremely big lead, but what a jump he gets. Here's the stretch. Bonson looks. Long look. He doesn't go, and the pitch is hit down the left field line. Right digging. He's got a long run and makes the catch on the warning track deep in the left field corner. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left, and at the end of 2.5, it's Milwaukee nothing and the Yankees nothing.
It's amazing what some people do to get a few more miles to the gallon. They buy smaller cars. They get their engines tuned up. They watch their speed. Fill up with high octane every other time. Stay in high gear even when they're going slow. In short, they spend half their driving time calculating their mileage and trying to improve it. Now, it's true, these things can help you get a little better mileage. But here's some advice from your ARCO service station. If your car isn't getting the mileage it should, maybe it's because your carburetor isn't clean enough. You should know about ARCO Supreme Gasoline. ARCO Supreme helps keep deposits from clogging your engine's air passages. Deposits that can cause your car to waste gasoline and lose mileage. ARCO's Supreme Gasoline may not give you that much more mileage, but sometimes a little more is enough. Enough of a reason to use ARCO Supreme Gasoline.
For the Yankees, in the bottom of the third, Horace Clark will lead off. Horace was called out on strikes his first time up. No score, bottom of the third. The pitch by Krause is in there, strike one call. Krause leads in, gets the sign. Fastball pulled on the ground to Hegan. He's got it. He'll make the play unassisted. And Clark is out of there. Ground ball right to Hegan at first. Took the nice big hop. And the whole infield is loved. That brings up Jake Gibbs, who flied to left field his first time up. Gibbs the batter and Roy White on deck. Pitchers have been in command of this ball game so far. One hit by each team. No runs have crossed the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to Jake. Outside, ball 1. Fastball is high, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes on Jake Gibbs. Lou Krause, the right-hander on the mound. His 2-0 delivery is right down the middle, strike called, and Jake knew that one. Steps back out of the box. Has a couple of words with the plate umpire, George Maloney. No argument. It cut the plate in half, belt high. The 2-1 pitch is a curve high, ball 3. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He took a swing at a high fastball. Hegan up with a backhand across. He's out at first, says Hank Storr. Howard said he missed the bag. It was a fine play by Hegan and Krause, but Jake would have had himself a base on balls, and he fires the helmet down. I believe he cracked that one. He knew he had swung at a bad pitch. Would have been ball 4. Really went to chopping lumber there. Here's Roy White, who tripled a right center field his first time up. Sometimes the hitter gets a little over-anxious when he's given the green light on either 3-0 or 3-1. And a lot of hitters will swing at the pitch no matter where it is. Jake, of course, has not played that much where he can spot that ball. Pitch is high to White, ball 1. You got to play every day to get that good eye and know the strike zone. 2 men out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the 3rd. Pitch to Roy is a curve in there. Good sharp breaking curveball, 1-1. On deck, Bobby Mercer. The 1-1 pitch. Outside and high ball 2-1. Krause, almost after every pitch, goes back, takes his cap off, shows his nice blonde curly locks, puts the cap back on, takes his time looking in for the sign. The 2-1 delivery is a curve high and inside, ball 3. Krause again taking plenty of time out on the mound. The 3-1 pitch. Curve, Nick, the outside corner. Good pitch that time, 3-2. Lou Krause, who does have one of the better curveballs, right-hand pitches. That curve hung high and outside. Not quite as good as Camilo Pascual, but a good one. Right now, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
That's why it's full. All right, Bobby Mercer, the batter. Bobby bounced to the shortstop his first time up. Pitch to Mercer. Outside, ball 1. Roy White has 2 stolen bases on the year. And with 2 out, we might see a little bit of running here. No score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Stretched by Krause. There goes White. Fastball outside. Throw to second. It's a good one. And White is tagged out. Boy, that was close. Roy thought he was in there. That throw goes from the catcher to the shortstop covering. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 3 full innings, it's Milwaukee nothing and the Yankees nothing. We look at the scoreboard. Baltimore nothing, Kansas City nothing, end of an inning and a half. McNally against Bunker. Boston 3 and Minnesota nothing at the end of an inning and a half. Perry against Peters. Aparicio and Smith have homered. In the National League, the only scores: Phillies 1, Cubs 1 into 2. Billy Williams hit a homer. Wise against Jenkins. Pittsburgh 1, San Diego nothing into 2. Kirby against Moose. Davalillo homer. And coming over now to carry you along is our own Bill White.
Thank you, Philip. Well, it's been a pitcher's duel so far. Lou Krause giving up only 1 hit. And Stan Bonson warming up now to Jay Gibbs, giving up only 1 hit so far. There's no score as we go in the top half of the 4th inning. The Brewers will send in Dave May, the center fielder, Bill Voss, the right fielder, and John Briggs. 3 left-handed hitters here against Bonson. Stan has been throwing the fastballs, sinking fastballs, and keeping the ball away on the left-handed hitters. Keep them away from that short right field fence. It's only 344 to right field, just at the deepest part. Right down the line is a lot closer. So Dave May steps in. First time up, May grounded out. the ball down to Kenny to throw him out. Bonson is ready. No score. Top of the fourth. First pitch is fouled off. Good fastball inside that time. May swung late and fouled it off on the left side. May, a left-handed hitter last night. His home run spoiled Steve Klein's bid for a shutout. The outfield plays May just a shade to pull. 0-1 pitch. Inside. Ball and a strike. Dave May leading off first half the fourth inning for the Brewers. On deck, the right fielder, Bill Voss. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball just missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Now Bonson looks and gives. He's ready with the 2-1 pitch. Curveball misses high and away. 3-1. Bonson has walked 2 men so far. Here's the 3-1 pitch to May. Fastball swung on, grounded down the first baseline. It is foul. Started to roll back there, and Peter and Bonson both hustled to got it because by that time Dave May had passed them both. If the ball had rolled back there, he would have been saved. So it's now 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Dave May. May steps back in. The Yankee infield, Danny Cater at first, Horace Clark at second, Dean Michael at short, and Jerry Kenny at third. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled off. That might have hit Gibbs on a finger. Mercer, the center fielder, playing just to the right of second base. Fairly deep in center field. Jimmy Lytle, the right fielder, is in about 10 yards away from the track out there. Bonson's ready. Here's the 3-2 pitch to May. Fastball swung on, grounded down to Clark. He takes the big hop, takes his time, the toss to first, and May is the first out. Well, Dave May is over 2. And here's Bill Voss, the right fielder. First time up, Voss sky to Jimmy Lytle and just a little bit to the right center field, in front of the scoreboard out there, but not quite that deep. Voss, the left-handed hitter with a closed stance. First pitch to him. Breaking ball misses outside. Bonson wanted that. Voss is a straight-up hitter. He holds the bat over his left shoulder, almost straight up and down. Closed stance. Far back in the batter's box. The 1-0 pitch. A line drive to right field. The Lytle is there, though. And they're 2 out. So Voss has been up twice, and he flied twice to Jimmy Lytle in right field. And here's Johnny Briggs. First time up, Briggs swung late on a fastball away from him and lined it into the left field corner for a double, a stand-up double. He doesn't hit the ball that way too often. Big left-handed hit. First pitch to him with a fastball right on the inside corner. It's first strike. No balls and a strike. There are 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth. There's no score. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on a miss. Bonson ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Both teams have only 1 hit. Big line. Pitch swung on, fouled off. The upper deck. Count remains the same, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, he plays Briggs straight away. Left-handed hitter. Feet close together. Not as close as Gene Woodling used to be, but fairly close. He's a good fastball hitter, likes the ball inside, has a good eye. Bonson okays his sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. A ball and 2 strikes. On deck for the Brewers, the second baseman, Ted Kubiak. Dave Bristol loading up his club with as many left-handers as he can get in there. 1-2 pitch to break. Change up, down low, just missed. Count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bristol has Egan, May, Voss, Briggs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. One run and missed. Breaking ball on the outside corner. He fouled it off, but Kidd caught it. So for the Brewers in their half of the 4th inning, they got no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, the Milwaukee Brewers nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
Here's the main ingredient. 3 guys you've been hearing about giving you the word about Schaefer beer.
Schaefer is the one to have when you're having more than one. Schaefer doesn't say even when you're getting down. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one to have when you're having more than one.
We'll bring kids out here this year and almost get them in uniform. We've had Hat Day, which has been a success. Now, day tomorrow, a doubleheader. We'll have a Bat Day. We'll have them completely outfitted. Bobby Mercer steps in the last of the 4th for the Yankees. Bobby's 0 for 1. He grounded out the shortstop first time up. Krause has been keeping the ball outside on Mercer. He's ready. First pitch to Mercer. Grounded past Keegan at first base. Base hit. Krause is up with it. Gets it into second base as Mercer goes back into first with a single. That's the second base hit of the game for the Yankees. Mercer cutting on the first pitch. A sharply hit ground ball past Mike Egan. And he's on at first base. That'll bring in Danny Cater, the first baseman. First time up, Cater hit the right field. Towering drive that Voss had to back up on, and he finally got it near the track. Mercer leads at first as Krause looks in. Rodriguez goes to the belt. First pitch to Cater, swung on, line to center field. It was a base hit. Mercer stops at second base, and Cater's on at first. So the Yankees have put back-to-back singles together. And now Mercer's on at second. Cater on at first. There are no outs, and here's Jimmy Lytle. Lytle just getting back into the lineup after being out since the series in Baltimore. He's 0 for 1. It'll take him quite a while to get his timing back, so he just might bunt here. Let's see. And he squares around the bunt and misses the bunt. Throw to second. They have Mercer hung up. And he's tagged. Mercer is tagged by the shortstop, Kubiak. Cater goes on down to second base. That's a tough play for a base runner. Lytle squared around, bunted at a high fastball, and missed it. Mercer, seeing the bat go up, immediately started for third. Rodriguez, the catcher, very alertly got the ball down to the shortstop for Arbach. And Arbach ran Mercer down near third base. So there's one out. And you can score that from the catcher to the shortstop, 2-6. Cater down at second. Next pitch to Lytle is outside. A ball and a strike. On deck is third baseman Jerry Kenney. That got Lou Krause out of a lot of trouble there. Good alert play by the catcher Rodriguez. Next pitch, Lytle is fouled off into the seats down the left field line. Danny Gator on at second. When the last of the fourth, there's one out. Jimmy Lytle's the hitter, and it counts 1-2. There's no score. Milwaukee has no runs on 1 hit. The Yankees have no runs on 3 hits. Lytle waits, and Krause is ready. 1-2 pitch. Curveball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dick Hauser coaching down at third for the Yankees, and Ellie Howard there at first. Rocky Arriga's going through the sign. 2-2 pitch to Lytle. Swung on and popped up. Third baseman Harper's back. The shortstop's back. Harper calls, and he has it in foul territory. There's 2 out. Danny Gator still at second base. And Jerry Kenny's the hitter. In the second inning, Kenny walked, stole second, but was left there. Gene Michael was intentionally passed, and Bonson bounded out for the third out in that second inning. Jerry Kenny, a left-handed hitter, sprays the ball all over. The outfield plays in shallow. First pitch to him, fastball swung on a ground ball down to second base. Kubiak's up with it, over to first, and there's 3 outs. Over the Yankees in their half of the fourth. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 4, Milwaukee Brewers nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
20th century America is the world's most mobile society, and as the years go by, it's becoming even more mobile. Chances are you've moved at least once in your life and will probably move again, perhaps in the near future. If so, learn what millions of Americans already know. Most of the expense and anxiety of moving can be eliminated by moving yourself with a U-Haul truck. Not only are you assured that your possessions will arrive at your new home along with you, but you know they're in perfect condition because you took care of it. U-Haul trucks come in 5 sizes, the largest able to accommodate 8 rooms of furniture, and you can rent a U-Haul truck one way. U-Haul trucks and trailers, serving mobile America from over 14,000 locations. See Mendetta's Arco, 109 South Main Street, Gloversville. Olson's Rotary Service, 24 Lower Warren Street, Glens Falls. Beck's Service Center Incorporated, 9W in West Bridge Street, Catskill. Or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Stan Bonson finished his warm-up throws. Gibbs gets the ball down to Clark, and we're ready to go into the first of the 5th. And Ted Kubiak's the hitter. Second baseman, also a left-handed hitter. First time up, Kubiak walked. But he was erased as Ellie Rodriguez hit into a double play. Kenny, the third baseman, is in on the grass. Outfield plays Kubiak shallow and straight away. First pitch is swung on, fouled off on the left side into the seat. Bonson is continually keeping his fastball outside, as you can tell by the number of balls that are fouled off on the left side by the left-handed hitters. Stan is ready. The 0-1 pitch to Kubiak. Fastball in for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes. There are no outs. We're in the first of the 5th. The Yankees nothing, and the Milwaukee Brewers nothing. Bonson way ahead now. 6 winds up. Inside. Preston back off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kubiak. Curveball, hit on the ground, right at Kenny, knocks it down, comes up with it. The long throw to first, he's got him. Kenny, the ball was hit to his right. He backhanded the ball, knocked it down, picked it up, and made a good long throw to Gator at first base. And Kubiak is out. That'll bring in Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher. First time up, Rodriguez hit into a double play. Both runners are moving. But the Yankees turned the double play anyway. Pitch the breaking ball down low. Off Clark making a fine off-balance throw to nip Rodriguez to first base. Back into that double play. Ground ball down to Kenny. He takes a long hop. Long throw to first, they're 2 away. Bonson's had complete control of this game. The only time he was in trouble was in the second inning after Bill Voss flied out. Briggs doubled into the left field corner. Kubiak walked, but Bonson got Rodriguez to hit into a quick double play from Michael to Clark to Cater. And here's Arbach, the shortstop. He misses the first pitch, a curveball. Swung over to miss it. No balls in the strike. They're 2 outs. No score in the first of the 5th. Bonson's ready. Next pitch is skied to left field. That's trouble. White charging after it. It might go foul into the stands. It does. Kenny, the third baseman, way down at the corner. So was the shortstop, Michael. Roy White couldn't reach it. But the ball went about 2 or 3 rows back in the seat. So Bonson's ahead now. 2 balls and no strikes. Jerry Kenny gets back to his position, and we're ready to go. Kenny at third, Michael at short, Clark at second, and Cater at first. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up, back in the seat in the upper deck. The Yankee outfield, Roy White in left, Bobby Mercer in center, Jimmy Lyland right. They're all shallow for this kid. 2 strikes on him. All he's trying to do is get some wood on the ball. He's choked up. Crouch. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Pass. Jerry Kenny at third base. Arbach around first as White comes up with the ball and gets it into Michael at second, and Arbach gets back into first base. That's the second base hit for the Brewers here in 5 innings. And that'll bring in Lou Krause. Lou, the pitcher, popped up to Jerry Kenny at third base, first time up. Krause so far this year has 1 run and lost 2. He's 0 for 7 as a hitter. He's having a tough time. First pitch to Krause, fouled off. Tommy Harper on deck. No balls in a strike, 2 outs. Rick Arbach on at first base, 3 single. As Bonson second. Arbach leads. 0-1 pitch, swung on, popped up. Hoss Clark is back after it. Lytle's coming in. Clark calls, and he has it for the 3rd out. So for the Brewers in their half of the 5th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on. At the end of 4 1/2, the Milwaukee Brewers nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
When you think of moving, think of U-Haul. Why U-Haul? Well, most importantly, with U-Haul, you save 50 to 75% on your moving costs. There are no storage fees to worry about. Your furniture arrives at your new home along with you, and you know that everything is in perfect condition because you've taken care of it. And what's more, U-Haul offers free road service, and your possessions are protected by $2,500 cargo insurance. Choose the U-Haul carrier to fit your own special needs, all the way from a car-top carrier to a 24-foot truck able to accommodate 8 rooms of furniture. Packing cartons, hand trucks, and furniture pads are also available. Move the safe, easy, economical way. Go U-Haul. Serving Mobile America for over 25 years. See Spenard's U-Haul and Auto Service, 2212 Central Avenue, Schenectady, Bill's Gulf Service, 9 Mohawk Avenue, Scotia, Sowers Service Station, 29 Main Street, Ballston Lake, or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
There's a pitcher's duel going on out in Kansas City. Baltimore and Kansas City. Dave McNally against Wally Bunker. There's no score at the end of 3 1/2 innings. Boston leads Minnesota 3-1 at the end of 3. Perry against Peters. Aparicio got his third home run in the first. And Reggie Smith got a home run also for Boston. The Mets play at Houston tonight. Chicago and Philadelphia. The score is tied 3-3 at the end of 4. No, wait a minute. Philadelphia is winning 3-2 at the end of 4 innings. That's Wise against Jenkins. We'll give the others in just a minute. Michael steps in. Gene Michael. First pitch, he fouls off for a strike. No balls in the strike. We're going into the last of the fifth. There's no score. Pittsburgh is leading San Diego 1-0 at the end of 3. Next pitch to Gene Michael is a strike call. No balls and 2 strikes. Philadelphia, Chicago score again. The Phillies 3, the Cubs 2 at the end of 4. Rick Wise against Ferguson Jenkins. Line, Egan, a great catch. Egan leaping to his left, robbed Gene Michael of a sure double. Wow. Some kind of catch. What's he playing him there for anyway? He should be playing him closer to second base. You don't play Gene Michael a full, but Egan was there. And he saved an extra base hit. Here's Bonson. First pitch to Bonson. Curveball in for a strike. Bonson, first time up, grounded out. Pull a number back to Krause. No balls in the strike. There's 1 out. We're in the last of the fifth. The Brewers nothing, the Yankees nothing. Next pitch to Bonson. Down low for a ball. They play Bonson like a left-handed hitter. The right fielder, Voss, is in right field and near the line. Pitcher pops up, foul, back up in the upper deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Voss is in shallow near the right field line. The center fielder, Dave May, is over in right center field. Briggs is straight away in left field, but he's shallow. Bonson's behind in the count now. He's hitting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stands right-handed hitter, chokes the bat just a little bit. Slow stance. He looks like a hitter. Next pitch, the curveball fouled off. Some other games that'll be played in a late start. Cleveland's at Oakland. Tonight, Detroit at California. The White Sox against the Senators down in Washington. Ball misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Stan Bonson. The Mets are out in Houston tonight. Montreal at St. Louis. L.A. at Atlanta. San Francisco at Cincinnati. All those games will be night games. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Stan Bonson. He waves that bat around. Cross looks and he's ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. He got it. That's only the second strikeout for Krause. And here's Hal Clark. Clark has been up twice. He struck out in the first inning. And went out Egan unassisted in the third. Hal Clark, hitting left-handed. Harper, the third baseman now, moves in a few steps. First pitch is in there for a called strike. The outfield plays Clark straight away and shallow. Krause leans down. He's ready. Now Clark backs out. Time's called. George Maloney, the home plate umpire. Hank Thor at first. John Stevens at second. Mel Anthony at third. Clark swings over a breaking ball and misses it. No balls and 2 strikes. Was left-handed. Right-handed pitchers break curveballs in on Horace Clark. They're quite effective with it. There's a fastball up under his chin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They start the curveball on the inside corner and break it down toward Clark's back left knee, and he swung over him a couple times. There's 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. So that was an easy inning for Krause as he struck out 2 of the 3 men who faced him. And the Yankees go down in order. And at the end of 5, the Milwaukee Brewers nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
What would you think of a restaurant that guaranteed good service or your money back? You'd be ahead of the game either way, right? Well, that's pretty much what happens with Arco Red Ball Dealer Service. If your Red Ball service dealer doesn't clean your windshield or offer to check your oil, weather permitting, he'll refund the price of your gasoline. Red Ball Service is your Arco dealer's way of assuring you of good service. So that if you're on a trip, you know you're going to get the same good service you get in your neighborhood. So you get the same service from a dealer who doesn't know you as you do from a guy who's known you for years. The details may vary from state to state, but the quality of Red Ball service never varies. If it does, you get your gasoline for free. Arco Red Ball Dealer Service. You're ahead of the game whether you get it or not.
I guess, tomorrow the Yankees are playing a doubleheader against these Milwaukee Brewers, and you're going to see some kind of pitching. Think about this. How often do you see Mel Stottlemyre and Fritz Peterson in one day? Stottlemyre and Peterson are going to start for the Yankees tomorrow. That's about 35 wins last year. And they'll be opposed by Marty Patton and Jim Slayton, a young right-hander for the Brewers. So Mel Stottlemyre and Fritz Peterson tomorrow for the Yankees. Think about that. You get a free T-shirt for 14 and under, and you get to see the two aces of the Yankee staff. Mel Stottlemyre and Fritz Peterson, a left-hander and a right-hander. I think I'll bring my kids up for that. Only my boy, I got an 8-year-old boy. He can't get into a size 14 or large. I think he's a little large. Eats all the time. You don't play football, you don't play baseball. I gotta sit him down to get him to play baseball. Pretty good little player, though, Tommy. Well, leading off in the first of the sixth for Milwaukee, Tommy Harper, third baseman. Harper's had not too good a series. He's been up once or twice, and he's fouled out to Gibbs, and he's walked, so he's 0 for 1. He's got to break out of here sometime because he's a good hitter. Pitch is inside for ball. Harper stole 73 bases 2 years ago, 36 last year. He has 2 this year. Of course, you can't steal if you don't get on base. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball right on the outside corner. A ball on the strike. We're at the top of the 6th. There is no score. The Yankees and the Brewers. Harper, feet close together, just a slight crouch to bat over the right shoulder. Bonson's ready. The 1-1 pitch. Off side. 2 balls on the strike. White, the left fielder, plays Harper deep. Tommy, it's 31 home runs here last year. 2-1 pitch. Pops up to right field. Lytle is there. He has plenty of room. He's just waiting for it. And there's 1 out. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause now for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
Mike Egan gets a nice little hand as he steps in. Mike made a fine catch on a line drive by Dean Michael last inning. First pitch to him. He drags the ball down the first baseline. He'll beat it. Hey, it was close. Cater making a one-handed stop. He grabbed the ball barehanded, flipped it behind his back to Boston. Boston was there, but he didn't beat him to the bag. Hey, that's pretty good play. You have to see that to really realize what a right-handed first baseman, Cater, did there. He gloved the ball, and without turning around, threw the ball behind his back, perfectly timed to Stan Bonson, who was just passing him. Bonson caught the ball, but he couldn't get to the bag in time, and he can beat it out for his first base hit of the ball game. And that's the third hit for the Brewers, and that'll bring in Dave May, the center fielder. May is over 2. He's grounded out both times. Now Egan leads at first. Bonson's ready. First pitch to May. Curveball down into the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. There's 1 out. In the first of the 6th, there is no score. Milwaukee nothing, the Yankees nothing. Both Bonson and Krause have given up 3 hits. Stands ready. Next pitch to May. Swung on a ground ball right at Clark. There should be 2. Over Michael for 1. Back to first. Double play. So the Yankees go with their second double play. From Clark to Michael, back to Cater. And for the Brewers in their half of the 6th, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And at the end of 5.5, the Milwaukee Brewers nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
Here's a great new group called the Straight Eight, setting you straight about Schaefer beer.
Going into the last of the 6th, and Jake Gibbs will be the leadoff hitter for the Yankees. Gibbs is over 2. He's flied out and grounded out. Lou Krause has only given up 3 hits. He gave up a triple to Roy White with 2 outs in the first. And the Yankees got 2 hits off of him. Mercer led off the 4th with a base hit. Cater came up behind him and got a hit. They were left-handed. First pitch to Gibbs is hit Howard. I told Ellie he's got to lose 20 pounds. Howard couldn't get out of the way. If he loses 20 pounds, he could have gotten out of the way of that ball. Well, I'll hear about that tomorrow, bro. Gibbs swung on the first pitch and hit a scorcher down that just nipped Ellie Howard on the hip. He's all right, though. He's got a lot of padding. He's okay. The 0-1 pitch to Gibbs. Swung on and missed. Curveball. No balls and 2 strikes. There are no outs. We're in the last of the 6th. No score. The Brewers and the Yankees. Gibbs hits a line drive. Base hit to left field. Over our box head. Gibbs hustling down to first base. Briggs up with the ball in the second. And Jake Gibbs gets back to first. Gibbs hitting an 0-2 pitch, a curveball, served it out over Auerbach into left field, and he's on at first with the Yankees' 4th hit of the ball game. That'll bring in Roy White, the left fielder. Roy has tripled and walked, out dealing in the 3rd inning. When he walked, Rodriguez wiped him out. And the Yankees would like to start something here in the last half of 6th. First pitch to White is outside for ball. Rodriguez stops the ball, but hustles on it. And holds Gibbs at first. Now everybody's looking at Hauser. White batting left-handed. Hitting .294 left-handed. .333 right-handed. That's a toss to first base, but Gibbs is back. Left-handed, Roy has 4 home runs and 6 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch to him is high. 2 balls and no strikes. For the 6th inning, these are tough innings, especially with no score. You really got to fight and scratch and pick up every run you can now. Every run you get, the other guy has to get 2. Gibbs leads at first. White with the bat held, no weight. 2-0 pitch. Outside, just missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Now White looks down at Hauser. He wants to know if he's going to get a green light with 3-0. First baseman Hegan has to hold Gibbs there. And there's a hole between first and second as Kubiak and Arbach are cheating just a bit towards second before a possible double play. Krause to the belt. 3-0 pitch to White is in for a strike. Take it. 3 balls and 1 strike. Harper, the third baseman, on the grass. Outfield straight away. May, the center fielder, just a little bit to the right side. Chase White just a pull a bit. 3-1 pitch to White. Outside, ball 4. He lost it. Gibbs goes on down to second. Roy White on the first. And that's the 4th ball given up by Lou Krause. Here's Bobby Mercer. Oh, you wonder what Mercer will be doing. He'll probably be swinging. There are no outs. Jake Gibbs on at second. Roy White on at first. And the Yankee fans start a Let's Go Yankee chant. They give Mercer a lot of verbal backing. Krause stretches. First pitch to Mercer. Third ball high. Marcelino Lopez is warming up in the left field bullpen. Rodriguez out now talking to Krause. He wants to slow him down. Try to settle him down a bit. A little better control. Krause has walked 4 people. He struck out 3. 2 of those in the last inning when he got Bonson and Clark back to back. But now he's in a lot of trouble. Gibbs on at second. White on at first. No outs. Mercer's up. Mercer leads his club with 12 runs batted in. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Mercer cutting hard on a curveball. He's trying to hit that ball in the upper deck. 3 quick runs for the Yanks. A ball and a strike. Mercer is 1 for 2. He grounded out a single. He was out stealing. 1-1 pitch. Popped up. The shortstop Arbach is back. And he has it. Mercer swinging on a 1-1 pitch. Looped the ball out into left center field. Arbach, the shortstop, got back quickly. And there's 1 out. Danny Cater, the first baseman, steps in. Cater fly deep to right field the first time up. Single to center the last time, so he's 1 for 2. The Yankees need a base hit here. Have an excellent opportunity to go ahead in this ball game. There's no score when the last half is 6. Both teams have not gotten many hits. Krause is ready. Cater swings and hits. Drive to right field. It's playable though. Back there the warning track is Voss. He has it. Gibbs tags up and goes into third base. Roy White back to second. Cater, for the second time in the ball game, tying deep to Bill Voss in right field. Gibbs alertly tagged at second, went to third base. Roy White was halfway, and he just got back to first. So there are Yankees on first and third. There are 2 outs. And Jimmy Lytle steps in. Lytle is 0 for 2. He's grounded out, and he's fouled out to the third baseman, Tommy Harper. Now Krause will stretch. First pitch to Lytle. Curveball outside for ball. Gap in left center field for Lytle if he can go that right. Briggs in shallow near the line and left. May is playing just a pull in center. 1-0 pitch to Lytle. Stop popped up. Harper's in foul territory, and he has it for the third out. So for the Yankees in their half of the 6th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. At the end of 6th inning, the Milwaukee Brewers have no runs on 3 hits and no errors. The New York Yankees have no runs on 4 hits and no errors. Look back at our scoreboard again. Baltimore and Kansas City still no score at the end of 3.5. Minnesota and Boston are now tied. Minnesota coming over with 2 runs in the third. The score, Minnesota 3, Boston 3 at the end of 4 innings of play. Louis Aparicio got his 3rd homer in the 4th, and Reggie Smith also got a homer for Boston. Louis got his 3rd home in the 1st inning, and Reggie Smith also got a homer for Boston. They scored 3 runs in the 1st, but Minnesota scored 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and the score is now tied 3-3. Chicago Cubs came up with 4 big runs in the 5th, and they now lead the Philadelphia Phillies 6-4 at the end of 5. Woody Fryman has relieved Rick Wise. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound for the Cubs. Willie Martinez got his 3rd home run with 1 on. Rick Wise got his 1st home run. Billy Williams got number 4 and also number 5. So then the number 5th, the 5th home run was in the 5th inning with 2 men on. So Billy Williams has at least 4 RBIs in that game. San Diego or Pittsburgh 3-1 at the end of 4.5. And those are the scores we have as Frank Messer steps in.
Okay, Bill White, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This ball game scoreless right here, going into the 7th inning. And to lead things off for the Milwaukee Brewers, their right fielder, Bill Voss. Voss twice has gone out to White in left field. Or rather to right field, to Lytle. He hits this one on a line to left center. Cruising over Bobby Mercer, cannot get to it. It's in for the base hit. So Voss leads it off with a solid single to left center. The batter now will be Johnny Briggs, the right fielder. Briggs has doubled and struck out. Briggs takes a long look down to third base coach Sal Lerner before stepping in. Roy McMillan coaches at first base for Milwaukee. Briggs left-hand batter double to left field his first time up. Bronson working from the stretch. Hits and deals. Fastball misses low. Ball 1. No runs for it, no errors. The total for both clubs through the first 6 innings. It's coming. Briggs takes this one outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Gene Michaels at short and Morris Clark at second. In double play depth, Jerry Kenny in tight at third on the left-hand hitter. Danny Cater holding the runner on his first base, Voss. Outfield shades a bit to the right side for Briggs. Fastball fouled off the plate, came up and hit him in the back of the head. But of course the protective helmet prevented any damage. 2 balls and a strike to end. Johnson ready to work again with 2-1 pitch coming. Low and outside, a fastball, and in the dirt, smothered by Jake Gibbs, and Bonson wants another baseball. Three and 1 to Briggs. Scoreless ball game here in the top half of the 7th inning. Voss at first, nobody out. Bonson takes the sign from Jake Gibbs, starts his stretch, looks over to first base. Holds the set and now deals. Fastball hit on the ground to Clark. Off to Michael, out at second, back to first, straight. Briggs beats the throw at first base. Voss is forced to second. Briggs showed good speed going down the line. The Yankees did not get the double play there. So there is still a man on with 1 out. The batter will be Ted Kubiak, who has walked and grounded out this third. Jerry Kenny made quite a play to throw Kubiak out in the 5th inning. Sharply hit ball. Kenny backhanded it, knocked it down, and made his peg to first in time. Bonson again off the stretch. And the pitch. Pitch out. Ball one. Gibbs had called for the pitch out. Kubiak had squared off the bunt. Gator holding now on Briggs at first base. And the 1-0 pitch. Taken low and inside, ball two. Kansas City has come up with 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning to take a 3-0 lead over Baltimore and Dave McNally. Wally Bunker, a right-hander, pitching for Kansas City. When the Royals beat Baltimore last night, it was for the first time in 24 ball games. 2-0 pitch, Briggs goes, it's fouled away into the Milwaukee dugout. Two balls and one strike. Joe White told you Minnesota had tied Boston now 3-3 behind Jim Perry. Gary Peters pitching that ball game for the Red Sox in Fenway. Boston in first place in American League East by a half a game. Briggs leads the way at first. The 2-1 pitch will be coming. Briggs does not go. The pitch is hit on the ground to third, and through Jerry Kenny on out into left field. Briggs stops at second. Jerry did not play the ball. He let the ball play him, and he picked up an error for it. Looked like Kenny shied away just a bit. The ball kicked through, an error charge to Kenny at third, and the Milwaukee Brewers have runners at first and second. The batter will be Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher. Jake Gibbs goes out to the mound to talk to Stan Donson. Gibbs still out with Bonson. Rodriguez has grounded into a double play and grounded out to third. He's 0 for 2. Ball game is scoreless here in the 7th inning. The Brewers now staging a threat. This is, let's see, only the second time in the game they've had a runner as far as second base. The pitch. Taken by Rodriguez for a strike, a breaking pitch from Bonson. Briggs doubled in the second inning. He is actually the only base runner to see second base. He's seen it twice. He leads away from there. Infield bunches up the middle. The pitch. Strike 2 is called. Another breaking pitch. So Rodriguez in the hole, 0-2, and he does not appreciate the call. Has a few words to say to plate umpire George Maloney. Kenny backed off a bit at third. Cater deep at first. Michael and Clark squeezed up the middle, hopeful of the double play. The outfield bunches towards center, giving Rodriguez both foul lines. The 0-2 pitch to him. Bonson turns it loose now, and it is hit deep down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Well back in the seats, but foul. He went deep to the opposite field. No ball, 2 strikes on Ellie Rodriguez. Bonson bends for the sign. Takes it with the gloved hand on the left knee. The ball hidden behind the right hip. Hands together now. Here's the pitch. Fastball lined out in the right field again. Lytle going back. Lytle's got it. The runners do not tag up as Lytle fires back to the infield. Briggs did not tag at second and tried to go to third. And they are 2 down. That ball was hit well by Rodriguez. Line drive, Lytle just cruised back and cradled it. 2 out. And here is Rick Auerbach, the shortstop. Dave Bristol now jumps out of the dugout. ball. Michael had the ball. That's what it was. Gene Michael trying to pull the hidden ball trick. Dave Bristol came jumping out of the dugout. He realized it. Came out of the dugout calling to Briggs, don't get off the bag. Well, the good base runners will not get off the bag until the pitcher goes on the mound, because the pitcher cannot go on the mound without the baseball. He goes on the rubber without it, it's a balk. Auerbach takes low, ball one. Jake Gibbs out in front of the plate, signaling to Roy White to come in a bit in left field. Roy was deep. They wanted to play in on Auerbach. 1-0 pitch. The set by Bonson, here comes. Fastball it on the ground to third. It's a foul ball now, and fielded by the third base coach, Cal Emmett. One ball and one strike. The pitcher, Lou Krause, is on deck. No score, 7th inning. Brewers have 2 on. 2 out. Bonson with a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Rick Auerbach. Here's the pitch to him. Serve, it's a ball. Jake Gibbs wonders why. Two and one. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit on the ground. Third base way. Charged by Kenny. He's got it. Throws to first. He's out. And the side is retired. You have to play the ball quickly on Auerbach. You can run. No runs on one hit. There was a Yankee error and 2 down left. At the end of 6 1/2, the score. Yanks nothing, Brewers nothing.
Of course, U-Haul has been doing a great job helping people move now for over 25 years. They offer over 50 different combinations of trucks and trailers to get people and possessions moved from one home to another, inexpensively and conveniently, with free road service, $2,500 cargo insurance, and one-way rentals. But did you realize that U-Haul trailers and trucks can simplify all kinds of moving chores? Like hauling gardening materials, lumber for a do-it-yourself project, or wood for the fireplace. No matter what your hauling needs, think first of U-Haul trucks, trailers, Econoline vans, and car-top carriers. With over 14,000 locations all across America, U-Haul is sure to have what you need when you need it. U-Haul, serving mobile America for over 25 years.
See Ruth's American, 1560 Central Avenue, Colony, A to Z Rental Center, 100 Everett Road, Albany, John Irish & Son, Columbia Turnpike, East Greenbush, or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
All right, now, the bottom half of the 7th inning, lower third of the batting order coming up for the Yankees as the fans enjoy their 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. Jerry Kenny, Gene Michael, and the pitcher Stan Bunsen. Scoreless ball game. Each club has 4 hits. The Yankees have committed the game's only error. Yankee hits belong to Roy White, a 2-out triple in the first. Mercer and Cater back-to-back singles in the 4th. And a leadoff single by Gibbs in the 6th. Kenny looks at a strike call. Kansas City has scored again, a run in the 5th. Kansas City 4, Baltimore nothing, and a 5. 0-1 pitch here. Get high in the air out in the straightaway center field. Coming in for it, Dave May. He's under it and makes the catch. So Kenny is retired on a fly ball to May in center. 1 down, the batter is Gene Michael. Michael has walked and then was robbed of a double on Mike Higgins' sparkling catch at first base. First pitch to the stick. Pop foul, out of play. Sure, looks like manager Bob Lemon really has the Kansas City Royals jacked up for the Baltimore Orioles after losing 23 in a row to them. They won last night and are leading 4-0 this afternoon. 0-1 pitch. Lined out toward right center field, could be trouble, and it is bounced into the stands for a double. The ball hit just in front of the auxiliary scoreboard and bounced over the scoreboard and into the stands. A ground rule double for Gene Michael. Gene standing down there at second base will say to Mike, he can catch that one. The second shot Michael has hit, the other one was caught by Egan on as fine a catch as you'd want to see an infielder make. But this one bounced into the seat for two bases. Stan Bonson about it. It's to Stan. He swings away and misses strike line. Bonson has bounced to the pitcher and struck out. He could really help himself with a base hit here. Michael at second, one down. So look back there, the 0-1 pitch. Swung out and missed, the ball was in the dirt. Bonson swinging at a very bad pitch. Behind now, nothing in two. So look in for the sign by Krause to look back to second. His pitch, low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The base hit by Michael, the Yankees' 5th hit in the ball game. And let's see, for Gene Michael, his 4th double of the year. Krause looks back to second. Delivers 1 and 2 to Bonson, who swings and misses strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Krause. And now the top of the order, Hawk Clark. He struck out twice and grounded out to first base. Unusual to see Clark either walk or strike out. He walked only 35 times and struck out only 35 times in over 700 appearances at the plate all of last year. Pitch to him. Up high with a changeup, ball 1. But last night, Clark walked 3 times, and this afternoon he has struck out twice. Clark leads the Yankees in walks this year. He has received 14 of them. He has struck out only 4 times, including the 2 today. The pitch. Swung out and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. No score in this ball game. Bottom half of the 7th inning. The pitch. Popped out into shallow left. Coming in for it is Briggs, the left fielder. He puts it away to retire the side. Well, for the Yankees, no runs. The base hit, Michael's double. No errors. Michael left at second, and at the end of 7, the score. New York nothing and Milwaukee nothing.
20th century America is the world's most mobile society, and as the years go by, it's becoming even more mobile. Chances are you've moved at least once in your life and will probably move again, perhaps in the near future. If so, learn what millions of Americans already know. Most of the expense and anxiety of moving can be eliminated by moving yourself with a U-Haul truck. Not only are you assured that your possessions will arrive at your new home along with you, but you know they're in perfect condition because you took care of it. U-Haul trucks come in 5 sizes, the largest able to accommodate 8 rooms of furniture, and you can rent a U-Haul truck one way. U-Haul trucks and trailers, serving mobile America from over 14,000 locations. See Willie Hooks Texaco, Route 9W, Glenmont, Ribley and Harpinger, 3702 State Street, Schenectady, and Airways of Albany, 1109 Central Avenue, Albany. Or consult the Yellow Pages for the U-Haul dealer nearest you.
Well, there's been a change in that Baltimore-Kansas City score. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But right now, this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
The Orioles have unloaded the big gun. Will Powell has homered for Baltimore in the 6th inning. It's his 6th home run of the year. We understand that Frank Robinson is also homered. I understood Frank was out of action with a bruised hand, but our ticker says Frank Robinson is homered for Baltimore in the 6th. They have Shell Bunker, and York is now pitching for Kansas City. Jim Harden has relieved Dave McNally for Baltimore. And it is now Kansas City 4, Baltimore 2, and the Orioles still batting in the 6th inning. Minnesota and Boston tied 3-3 there in the 5th. That's been a long time since we've heard a report on that ball game, so the Minnesota Twins could be raising a little Ned in the top half of the 5th. Right here, we are ready for the top half of the 8th inning. And the pitcher, Luke Krause, will lead it off for Milwaukee. Krause has popped up twice, once to Kenny, once to Clark. Lights are on here at Yankee Stadium now, in deference to the cloudy skies. Well, it started off as just a beautiful day, but the clouds have moved in. Krause, right-hand hitter. The first pitch to him, he squares off the bunt and takes the strike as Jerry Kenny came charging down the line from third. Next pitch. Breaking ball is over. Strike called. It's 0-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Top half of the 8th. No score. The pitch coming. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Tommy Harper, and then Mike Egan. The windup, 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. Krause strikes out. The second strikeout for Stan Bonson. One away on the top of the order, Tommy Harper. Fouled to Gibbs, walked and flied to right. Stan Bonson just nipped at the rosin bag with the fingertips of his right hand. Into the windup now. His first pitch to Harper. Inside, rocks him back, ball 1. Brewers have 4 hits. The Yankees have 5. No score. Yankees have had the only runner past second. Roy White with a 2-out triple his first time up. That ball is hit high and foul down the right line and back into the seat. One ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Kenny protecting the line at third against Tommy Harper. Just a step inside the foul line, right at the bag. The pitch here, down low. 2-1. Harper can go to all directions. The outfield is spread. They do give him the right field corner. Taylor protecting close to the line at first, and Jerry Kenny even closer at third. The windup, 2-1 delivery. High foul will be out of play. That pitch was right up in his eyes, inside. Harper stepped back, tried to pull it. And he did, but he pulled it way foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. Mike Hagan is on deck. Watson looks into Gibbs for a sign and gets it. Starts the windup. And the 2-2 pitch. Hit high and deep out into right field. This is trouble. It is way back. It is going. It's gone. A home run for Tommy Harper. Way back into the seats in right field. So the Milwaukee Brewers break in front 1-0. On the home run by Harper, his first of the year. Well, the Brewers have scored 2 runs now in the series, both on homers. Last night, Davey May in the 9th inning. This afternoon, a more important home run as it puts Milwaukee in front 1-0. The batter now is Mike Egan, and Dave May is on deck. That is the 5th home run allowed by Bonson this year. And his first pitch to Egan is hit high in the air out into left center. Roy White is coming over for it. White is under it and makes the catch. That is the 3rd time Egan has flied out to White in left field. Other time up, Egan ruled safe at first on a drag bunt. That was the sparkling play Cater made with a backhand flip to Bonson. The television slow-motion replay of the play showed Bonson's foot on the bag, actually ahead of Egan. But he was ruled safe. Now the first pitch to May. Dave swings and rocks it foul outside the line at first. Brewers now with 1 run on 5 hits. Yankees no runs on 5 hits. The pitch to May. Line back off Bonson's arm and on through into center field. A base hit for Dave May. That may not have hit Bonson. I thought it got him up on the upper part of the arm as it went through, but he has not rubbed it, and the ball was well hit. I thought it might have got him on the upper part of the right or throwing arm, but he did not rub it, and no concern shown. But evidently it did not. May at first base. The batter now is Bill Voss, left-hand hitter. Bonson delivers. Voss takes outside. Ball 1. Brewers now have 6 hits in the ball game. Cater is holding on May over at first base. Kenny very wide of the line at third. Infield plays Voss to pull, so does the outfield. The pitch to him. Fastball hit the air to center. Bobby Mercer going back, turning to his right now. He's under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But for the Brewers, a big run on 2 hits. No Yankee errors, a man left. And at the end of the top half of the 8th inning, the score, Milwaukee 1 and New York nothing.
Everyone loves a love story, especially your Arco dealer, because one of the greatest love stories of the 20th century is all the different kinds of love and affection Americans have for their cars. In one way or another, your car is a member of the family. To the people who own them, cars are alive. They're people. The problem has been that too many people who work on them, cars are just machines. But not to your Arco dealer. He understands how you feel about your car. He knows your car breathes. That's why he's proud of Atlantic Richfield's new gasoline, Arco Supreme. The gasoline that helps your car breathe easy. Proud to sell Arco oils and lubricants that contribute to a car's long, carefree life. And when you bring your car into your Arco dealer station for repairs, they'll treat it as if it were their car. In fact, you'll never find your Arco dealer treating a car as if it were only a machine. To your Arco dealer, cars are people.
Just a reminder to all the kids, whether you're 5 or 95, Yankee players available for autographing before every Yankee home game on this homestand. And let's see, tomorrow it'll be Steve Klein and Jerry Kenny, I believe, for the autographing session. Takes place out in left field. But they have to do it early so they can get in their batting practice. Jake Gibbs after the first pitch here in the bottom half of the 8th and pulls it foul into the upper deck on the right field side. No balls, 1 strike. Jake Gibbs, 1 for 3. The windup by Cross the pitch. Third ball is flat foul. This time down the left field side and back in the stand. Paid attendance today at Yankee Stadium, 7,384. Right now, the crowd, actually well over 16,000 in the ballpark, Yankee juniors, Conhead kids, and so forth. Right now, the crowd seeing the Milwaukee Brewers sitting on a one-run lead, 1-0. Gibbs trying to supply the equalizer right here. Krause just as determined that he won't. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Curveball is outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Gibbs. Jake's going to think it over now. Steps well away from the plate. As time is called by umpire George Maloney. Now Jake goes back up to the batter's box. Krause stands down, picks up the sign from his catcher, Eddie Rodriguez. The pitch. Third ball hit on the ground at first base. Fair ball. Egan has it. Flip. The Krause covering him. Gibbs is out. Well, we are told now that Jerry Tenney and Gary Jones will be the autograph signers tomorrow when the gates open. Jerry Tenney and Gary Jones. Gary Jones, the left-hander, just called up from Syracuse. Roy White is the batter. One away in the bottom half of the 8th. White tripled his first trip, has walked twice since then, 1 for 1. Takes Hahn away, ball 1. White lined his triple to the alley in right center field. Krause has the sign, kicks and deals. A ball, 2 balls and no strikes. White had not had a base hit in some time. He was remarking on it before the ball game. Two-0 pitch. High and outside. White saying he had gone 0 for the week, and that was it. He went 3 for 6 against Minnesota last Saturday. And not had a hit since. He takes this one for a strike, 3-1. One out, nobody on. Krause behind, 3-1 to White. The pitch to Roy. Fastball, it beats the right field foul. A foul ball into the upper deck. So the count is full, 3-2. At the end of 6, Kansas City 4 and Baltimore 2. The 2 home runs we told you about, the only runs for the Orioles, Bert Powell and Frank Robinson. The 3-2 pitch will be coming to Roy White. Krause takes his time, studies the sign. Now the windup and the play pitch. Line drive out of the right center field, and coming on May, he's got it, falls down and holds it. A diving catch by Dave May in right center. And Roy White is retired. And here comes the batting helmet flying out of the dugout, and I don't blame him. That ball was hit right on the nose. Dave May came in and dove for it and made the catch. Brewers have come up with some good fielding plays this afternoon. That one, and also the play by Mike Egan at first base when he grabbed Gene Michael's leadoff line drive in the 5th. Bobby Mercer the batter now with 2 outs. Bobby is 1 for 3. Krause fields. Mercer takes the curve high and outside. Ball 1. Krause will not pitch in close to Mercer. Try to make him hit the other way. Bobby got his base hit to right field, however, as he did pull that pitch. There's the windup. Now the curve is high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Minnesota jumping on Boston now, 6-3. We told you that score had been out a long time. So Minnesota did get 3 runs, 6-3 at the end of 6. Right here, the Brewers lead 1-0. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning, 2 out. Strauss ready to work again to Bobby Mercer. Hits and delivers. Strike is called. It's 2-1. Danny Cater is on deck. Mercer and Cater had back-to-back singles in the 4th inning, but then Mercer was picked off second. The pitch. Popped up. Shallow left field. Back goes the shortstop Auerbach. He's calling for it. He's under it, and he's got it. Mercer retired. Second time in a row he has popped up with the shortstop Auerbach in just about the same spot in shallow left. The Yankees are 3 up, 3 down with nothing across, and now at the end of 8, the score is Milwaukee 1 and New York nothing.
Here's the main ingredient. 3 guys you've been hearing about giving you the word about Schaefer beer.
Schaefer is the one thing you have when you're having more than one. Schaefer beats like a doesn't say even when you're working down. So if you want a flavor in this man's world, for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one thing you have when you're having more than
Johnny Briggs will lead things off as we go to the top half of the 9th inning here at Yankee Stadium. Briggs, Kubiak, and Rodriguez for the Milwaukee Brewers. They lead 1-0 on the strength of Tommy Harper's first home run of the year. Tomorrow afternoon, Mel Stottlemyre and Fritz Peterson will be the Yankee pitchers. Brewers will go with Marty Patton and Jim Slayton. Briggs doubled his first time up. Since then he has struck out and grounded into a 4th play. Left-hand hitter. Pitch to him. In the dirt. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Briggs. Dan Bonson has allowed 6 hits, only one of which hit him. Harper's homer, the pitch. Get on the ground at first. It's a fair ball, hits the bag. Cater can't handle it, and Briggs is on. Tough play for Danny Cater. The ball hit the bag, came up on a very strange hop to him. He tried to smother the ball into his stomach, and then lost it. It's a base hit for Briggs. And now Ted Kubiak. 0 for 2. Walked, grounded out to third, and reached on Kenny's error. The only error of the ballgame. Base hit number 7 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Kenny comes in at third now to the edge of the grass. Down the line, still further, creeping. Here he comes. The pitch is bunted. Third base line. Kenny is up with it. Looks to second. Throws now to first base in time. Throw over to second base, not in time. Horace Clark covering first, took the throw. Then wheeled around and fired to Gene Michaels. And they almost had Briggs, who had made a little bit of a turn at second, but he scooted back. A sacrifice for Kubiak. Kenny throwing him out to Clark covering at first. One away. Jerry Kenny almost went to second with his throw. He looked that way. Then through to first. Rodriguez will be walked intentionally. They'll put Rodriguez on and pitch to Auerbach. There's ball 1. Sides open, 1 out. Ball 2. Brewers trying to even up the series, leading 1-0. Here comes ball 3. This will be only the second walk given up by Bonson in the ball game, and this one is intentional. The other walk went to Harper with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Kubiak also drew a walk, so this will be number 3. Looking ahead to the bottom half of the ninth, the Yankees will have Danny Cater, Jimmy Lytle, and Jerry Kenney scheduled up. Brewers lead 1-0. They have runners now at first and second. 1 out. The batter is Rick Auerbach. Horace Clark just telling Stan Bonson that he will be covering second. Throw to Clark if the ball is hit back to the box. The pitch. Low on it. No, it got the corner. Gibbs had to dig it out of the dirt, but that third ball evidently was in the strike zone as it crossed the corner of the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Bonson looks back to second. Holds the set, and now delivers. Down low. 1-1. Both runners, Briggs and Rodriguez, taking pretty fair lead. One ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Another curve, and this one's high. 2-1. Auerbach is 1 for 3. Fouled out to Gibbs, then singled to left field, and grounded out to third. They shade him just a bit to the left side on the infield with Clark moved around toward the bag at second. The outfield bunches toward center, and Bobby Mercer is very shallow in center field. Lytle shallow in right. Clark in behind Briggs, no throw. Briggs, the lead runner at second. Horace Clark get it in behind him. Briggs slid back to the bag, and no throw was made. The stretch by Bonson. He looks back over the right shoulder. Now deals the plate, and it's high, ball 3. So Bonson is now behind 3-1 to Rick Auerbach. The young shortstop steps away. Looks to Cal Ulmer for a hit or take sign. Bonson sets at the belt. Here's his pitch. Fastball is poured through. Strike 2 is called. 3-2, full count. Brewers leading 1-0 here in the top of the ninth. Briggs at second. Rodriguez at first. Payoff pitch coming. Runners do not go, and it is fouled back just in front of it. So again, a payoff pitch will be coming down to Auerbach. The pitcher, Luke Krause, is on deck. Bonson takes the time, starts the stretch, and delivers. Fastball is hit in the air to center field. Mercer chasing back, still back, turns under it now, makes the catch. Briggs tags up at second, races on to third. The throw comes into second base to hold Rodriguez at first. And they call Krause back. Dave Bristol now will go for a pinch hitter, and it looks like Danny Walton. That's who it is. Danny Mickey Walton. The last player ever to hit a home run to the bleachers in left field here at Yankee Stadium is this young man, Danny Walton. Very personable youngster. Yes, Mickey Mantle was his idol. Walton is batting .269. 7 hits, 1 double. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Has not started either game of this series, however. Runners at first and third as he steps in. Right-hand batter. Bonson's pitch. High. Ball one. Cater holding against Rodriguez at first base now, since Briggs has moved on to third after the catch in center field. Two away. The stretch by Bonson. And the pitch. Curve is in for a called strike on Walton. 1-1. Lou Krause, who has through 8 innings shut out the Yankees on 5 base hits, now out of the ball game. We'll see if the strategy works or misfires. The pitch right here to Walton. Foul back just to our right. One ball and 2 strikes. Briggs takes his lead at third. Rodriguez on the bag at first. Now takes a short lead with Cater right there. The 1-2 pitch to Walton. High and tight, and he had to move quickly. High, tight fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on, 2 gone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walton even wears number 7. Mickey Mantle's number. The pitch to him. High and tight again and again. He has to rock out of the way. Rodriguez at first is now released. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The stretch by Bonson. There goes Rodriguez, and the pitch is popped up. Bonson calling for it and makes the catch. And the third base foul line side of the mound. He came right over to the foul line to make the catch himself. So the side is retired as Walton pops up to Bonson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 8 1/2, the score is Milwaukee 1, the Yankees nothing.
Question. Is a good motor oil one that stays nice and clean or one that gets good and dirty? Answer, good and dirty wins. Sounds the motor oil that does more than just lubricate and keep your car's engine from running hot. Your engine needs a motor oil that can collect and hold the deposits as they form. Arco Supreme Motor Oil does such a good job collecting soot and acids, it gets dirty, good and dirty. The dirt in Arco Supreme Motor Oil is a sign that it's working hard to help stop deposit buildup. So the next time your motor oil needs changing, ask your Arco dealer for Arco Supreme Motor Oil. Arco Supreme Motor Oil. The dirtier it gets, the better it's working.
Ken Sanders has come on now to pitch for Milwaukee in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Sanders, making his 9th appearance, ties him with Marcelino Lopez. He has won 1 and lost 1. Sanders has pitched 14 innings, allowed 17 base hits, 5 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 9, an ERA of 3.19. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause now for station identification.
This is WGY, Radio 81, Schenectady, New York.
Ken Sanders, 30 years old, native of St. Louis, Missouri, and the first man to face him will be Danny Cater. Sanders, right-hander. Cater in this ball game is 1 for 3. Twice has fly deep to right field and single to center. Well, Toby Wright at the Yankee Stadium organ starts beating out a little music. Stout-hearted man. First pitch now to Cater. Hit high in the air, out into right field. Coming on toward his ball, still coming toward the corner. Under it now, makes the catch. Mercader, for the third time in the ball game, flies to Boss in right. One down, and Gene Michael the batter. Or rather, Jim Lytle the batter. Beg your pardon. Jim Lytle has grounded out to second and twice has popped up in foul territory to the third baseman, Tommy Harper. Sanders' first pitch here. Lytle takes it for a strike. Last year, Sanders, in 50 ball games for Milwaukee, all in relief, had a record of 5 wins and 2 losses and an earned run average of 1.76. He gets another pitch over for a strike, and Lytle is in the hole, 0-2. Sanders takes the sign from Rodriguez. And his 0-2 pitch to Lytle. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck hitter is Jerry Kenny. His 1-2 pitch. Lytle swings and misses. It's dropped by Rodriguez. He pegs on to first base, and the put out is accomplished at first. That pitch almost hit Jim Lytle. A bad pitch, and he went for it, so Sanders now has 2 outs. Sanders, one of those fellows who prefers relief pitching to starting. Because he says as a relief pitcher, he might get a chance to pitch every day. He likes his baseball that much. And he's a good one. 1.76 ERA. Was second in the American League last year. Jerry Kenny representing right now the last hope for the Yankees. 2 outs. They trail 1-0. Sanders pitch to Kenny. Fastball, strike call. Kenny has walked, grounded out, and flied to center 0 for 2. Brewers leading 1-0 on Tommy Harper's home run. Hit to the opposite field. 1 strike pitch. Fastball is fouled back, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Kenny, 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Brewers within 1 out of getting even in this series. Remember now, 2 games tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. Sanders studies the sign. The no ball, 2 strike pitch to Kenny. Our ball is outside, 1-2. The Milwaukee bench all up on their feet on the steps of the dugout, hopeful of seeing the last out and their first win over the Yankees. 1-2 pitch. Down low in the dirt, dug up by Rodriguez, 2-2. And now Sanders walks off the reverse slope of the mound. Turns around, mops away the perspiration. Back up on top, looking down to Rodriguez. He has the sign for the 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Hit on the ground at second base. Flag down there by Kubiak. Goes to first, the Brewers win. Kenny grounds out second to first. And the Brewer bench comes out. And there's Dave Bristol shaking hands with Tommy Harper. He comes all the way out onto the infield to shake the hand of Kenny Sanders, his relief artist, who came in to preserve this ball game. So the whole bench coming out to greet those who are in the game, and that is quite a spirit on a ball club. The Yankees 3 up, 3 down in the 9th as Sanders came on to preserve the win for Lou Krause. And your totals on the ball game this afternoon for Milwaukee: 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. The Yankees, no runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Lou Krause. He wins his first of the year. He has lost 2. The losing pitcher is Stan Bronson. His record is 1-3. Credit Ken Sanders with a save, his third of the season. And the only run in the ball game was a home run by Tommy Harper, hit to the opposite field to the seats in right. He is a right-hand batter. It was his first home run of the season. Harper came into this ball game with a batting average below 200, but he won it for the Milwaukee Brewers with one big swing of the bat. Well, I'm Frank Messer for Bill Rizzuto and Bill White. Our broadcast coordinator and statistician is Bill Kane, and our engineer is Frank Steele. We all hope that you can join us at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. If not, be tuned in for all the action. Once again, the final score today was Milwaukee 1 and New York nothing. Thanks for tuning in. Today's game was brought to you by